Thinking about the differences and similarities between broadleaf and coniferous woodlands, we can think about how they can both provide fantastic spaces for ecosystems, plants, flora and fauna. But at the same time, they can differ, especially when it comes to seasons. Broadleaf woodlands quite often change as the autumn season comes into effect. Lots of leaf fall happens, leaving blankets of decay on the floor, which invite insects and scrub growth, and also things like fungi, which can change the nature of that woodland dramatically through the winter season. Whereas a coniferous woodland is all year round, dropping acidic needles, but at the same time keeping their light cover. This makes it harder for other abundant plants to grow within the lower field and ground layers of that woodland. So quite often in planted woodlands of coniferous space, agriculture and sort of management will leave these natural spaces to invite other types of plants and animals to come and make an oasis within that sort of set managed space. Thinking about these variations with the mindset to be running a forest school within a space, it's really interesting to think about the differentiation between a broadleaf and a coniferous woodland. In comparison to a coniferous woodland, in a broadleaf woodland, you've got that abundance of different types of plants. You can't take a step wrong without walking into a different type of plant or shrub that's growing in that lower level, because there is such an abundance. Just the density of the horizontal layers of a broadleaf woodland, because of the nature and the shapes of the trees providing different spaces and open areas for smaller plant life to grow, there's such a variation compared to a coniferous woodland where you might be looking at the same tree for hundreds of yards before you come across one of these sort of natural glades. And that's not to say that a coniferous woodland wouldn't be a fantastic space for a forest school. It would be just as fascinating to look at how these regimented trees are growing in such a way that they're battling for sunlight to effectively be reproducing and creating the most efficient growth possible. Not only that, but in their more sparse ground layers of woodland, they can provide a great area for kids to experiment with risky plays such as speed, running and racing through the trees. They also provide a nice regimented series of tree trunks that are great for things like shelter building and rope work.